Hey ladies, how are you all? I am in a hotel. If you saw on Instagram, if you follow me on Instagram at Supermom Rehab, you know that I traveled today, and I traveled because of coaching. I traveled actually to get my coaching, and I wanted to share with you guys a little bit about excuses and about my journey through making excuses. I was pretty good at making excuses. I think actually I'm great at making excuses, and how that really was limiting me. And I wonder for you all, watching this video, I just wonder for you all if any of you can resonate with that, with the journey that I've had around making excuses. And maybe some of you are earlier in your journey, so maybe some of you are late in your journey of thinking around how can I take my excuses and throw them in the garbage and really make a leap on faith. One thing I do have to say is, okay, I'm a news junkie, and I am, let me show you guys, I am watching the impeachment trial when I should be doing work. Okay, I should be doing work, honestly. But when you're tired, and so I actually did not sleep, and I never do. The night before I travel, I always, and this is from doing a lot of global health work, working in Africa, working in Asia. I never can prepare to travel weeks in advance. I always pack, whether it's in India, whether it's going to India, Kenya, or going to North Carolina. I always pack the night before. So it's just a little interesting. But in any case, I'm always tired, so then I'm always falling asleep. And today, instead of doing work, I actually fell asleep in the hotel room, which was great. And this is where I am at in North Carolina. I'm in Chapel Hill, and I love it. It's like I'm in the middle of, I'm a city girl, so I'm happy that I'm near stores and other things that I can just walk to. So anyway, one thing that I did want to share, and why I showed you about the impeachment trial, was the fact that Val Demings, here she is, I'm going to show you if you guys don't know. So Val Demings, a fellow melanated woman, is speaking, and she's a law enforcement officer, and she's just putting it down, guys. And I just, the reason I think that I wanted to make sure that we had this space was because, as you can see, as people introduce themselves, and I'm waiting for all of you to introduce yourselves again, because the group has grown so much. But as people introduce themselves, you just are like, we are amazing, and we are taking care of our homes and our kids and everything else. And so when I see Val Demings, she, compared to anybody in this impeachment trial, once again supports the idea that when we come, we just slay it. We come in excellence all the time. We can't even help it. Like, it's not like, okay, I'm gonna work really hard this time. It's just oozing from our veins. I don't know if you agree. Comment below on that. But I was inspired by just watching how eloquently she just moves through everything. To talk about, not her story, but potentially kind of how we have the capacity to, she's in the House of Representatives, and she was a law enforcement officer, and how I always wonder what moves people from where they are to where, from where they were to where they are right now. And I think when we make excuses, a lot of times that's fear. And for me, it was a lot of fear. For me, I am a pediatrician. That's what I've gone to school for numerous years. And the calling, as I evolved as a pediatrician, one of the things that I noticed was I was really resonating a lot with moms and their stories. And I was, startled by it, because I'm supposed to be, the physician for the kids and do everything, which I am a great physician for kids. Some of the moms on here are my patients' parents, so they can attest. but my calling was there, but it seemed so scary. It seemed, it seemed too large. It seemed not elite enough, right? To say, okay, I'm going to move into coaching from a pediatrician. And I was also, I think, wrapped up in the titles and wrapped up in the idea that when you say doctor, it's, people take notice and people give some sort of prestige around that. And not really, and saying that this was and making excuses for the fact that if I branded myself, if I started to move into my calling, into my genius, which was really connecting with moms, helping moms move past their fears, helping moms to feel more comfortable in their journey and in their quest of taking care of their kids, and helping them to troubleshoot and achieve really big goals. I knew that was my zone of genius, but I was so scared about moving into that, and what would I leave behind? How would people judge me if I actually pursued what I wanted to? I was so scared of even changing my LinkedIn to add this work-life integration coaching that I do, because now people would know that, oh, she's not practicing medicine. And I am, but I needed to be able to acknowledge that. And so the way that I did that was, actually, I needed to, and some of you might, I needed accountability. I needed someone to, kick me in my behind and say, do this. And it wasn't through, here, do this, do that. It was through active, engaging questions that made me make excuses, and then questions that tore down those excuses. And that was provided to me by different coaches. I have an executive coach. I have a coach for my business who helps me to make sure that it's a quality business and that I'm providing like high quality, which once again, as a woman of color, it just oozes from us. So, but also I think the other piece of this is that investing in that really made me now take this seriously. When, for my business coaching, for example, which is the retreat where I'm here today, and why I'm all dressed up, because you guys don't usually see me dressed up, as you know, and I hate dressing up actually, but I'm all dressed up, and I have time to, so that's the other thing, because my kids aren't here, I actually have time to do that. But I think one of the things around this is investing, and investing money, not chump change, but a good amount of money in this actually pushed me. That was, I think, the big kicker, to say, I'm going to take this seriously, to say, I'm going to move into investing in me becoming great, not just good, not even excellent, but great, and tapping into that genius that I know I have, and tapping into that calling. So I wonder, and I pose to you guys a question, if there's a scary goal that you have. And for me, it was really launching motherhood coaching and making sure that I could support women of color, support them in not being limited and by their own situation, or almost sometimes their beliefs, their circumstances, and learning how to push past that. That's what I do, and that's what I feel like I was meant to do. And also it means that I am able to do that and also provide healthcare for families, and it's not one, it doesn't have to be an either or situation. It doesn't have to be a zero-sum game. We are talented in many ways, and I'm hoping that you can look at your excuses, and the one thing that I would say is start to think about, what is my big scary goal? Why am I not there in terms of who I want to become? So excuses are going to come, right? Those are the reasons. We'll call them reasons, okay? But I think there was one thing what my coach says. She says, and she got it from somebody else who I don't remember, but she says, I'm not here for reasons, I'm here for results. And so some of you might get that, but I think, the big issue is that if we're not thinking about what our reasons are and then breaking them down, I want you to ask yourself, but why? And then another why when you get that answer, why are you not pursuing motherhood coaching on Malara? Well, I don't know where to start. Why don't you know where to start? Well, I haven't maybe started to look at potential options of how it looks. Why haven't you looked? And you start going deep into it, and you start realizing that a lot of times, instead of our circumstances, it's ourselves and it's our mindsets that actually are holding us back. You are greater than you could even imagine, right? There's a scripture around that, right? All of you are that, God gives us things that are greater than we could ever ask, think, or imagine. And my question is, are you actually tapping into that? You have gifts, you have talents, you have unique abilities. And sometimes it's hard for us to do it by ourselves. And so, one of the nice things I think with the cohort that I have right now in the coaching, in the Empower program, is that they really are not only, getting support from me, but the idea of having a unit that you get so intimately connected with that you can start to support each other and start to learn from each other is exactly why I said one-on-one coaching was not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do group coaching where moms, a lot of times as we're isolated, this is a place where we can really stay together, connected. And it's not just my voice, it's the voices of many of us, because we all have different experiences that are going to contribute to each of us in different ways. So one, I would say for all of you, in terms of the support that you're getting here in the group, participate. The more you participate, the more people get to know what the issue is, and the more people will start to engage. And I've seen that so often in this group. And then the second thing I would say is think about if the support you're getting from the group, or if the support you're getting from your family is not pushing you to actually go past those excuses and those reasons. And if you are ready to do that, I think it's important that you think about how to invest in coaching, invest in some sort of accountability that will allow for you to ask the tough questions, get asked the tough questions, and create solutions for them. So that is my PSA, my public service announcement. Let me show you where I am. Okay. So, it's just a regular, it's in suburban, not completely, city. It's really nice. It's actually, and then this is my outfit. I don't know if you can see it, but that's me. Okay, that's me. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I have to actually go now, and I hope that this was helpful for some of you. I hope you will stop pushing. Well, you'll stop making excuses, not making them, but start pushing past them. And I hope that if there's any way that I can help, or the moms in the group can help, that you be transparent and be vulnerable to actually make that happen. And I'm really excited about, you being in the group, and definitely invite more moms to be in the group if you can, so that, there's just more of us with more community, there's more ideas, and there's more support, and people feel like they're really connected. I'm really excited to talk to you guys today. So have a good Tuesday and take care of yourselves. Monique, my girl, hey. So I'm finishing up the video, so you'll catch it. I'm gonna finish it, and then you'll catch it and get to rewind and watch it. Take care of yourself. Have a good evening. Enjoy your kitties, and try your best to just find 5 minutes to just recap and restore before you move on to the next thing. All right, take care, guys. Bye.